Welcome to Ben's Movie Channel, and today we're counting down the top 7 movies I watched last month. Yeah, it's one of those. Anyways, rest assured, Stannis is still alive and kicking. Just doing a solo episode this month, and we'll be back to the regular podcast shenanigans next month. So I basically just watched a bunch of X-Men movies, some 1983 movies,
1983,
and a total piece of garbage. So let's talk about it. First up, it's X-Men Days of Future Past.
One might say it's the Chinatown of the Cape shit genre.
Oh, hell no!
Yeah, I guess if you overlook that garbage, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. You got some good character arcs in this, and yeah, cross-cutting between two Magnetos. What's not to like, man?
Michael Fassbender's Magneto, badass.
One might say it's bacon and eggs on Sunday morning.
Kid, I'm better than good. I'm bacon and eggs on Sunday morning.
I guess my only real complaint is that Quicksilver just isn't quite as good as he is in Age of Ultron.
You didn't see that coming.
Now listen, any review of this film can tell you how good this scene is, but not every review can recount cringe theater experiences, because I'll never forget seeing this in the theater. And it gets to this scene, where you see Hugh Jackman's ass for about 2 seconds, and he gets up and some middle-aged lady in the audience just went, damn. Speaking of
wince-inducing garbage,
Jennifer Lawrence is so freaking bad in this movie.
If you put your phone down, you'd know that.
Anytime she delivers any line of dialogue, the movie just becomes momentarily worse.
I know exactly what I have to do.
If you take a shot every time she says, "Get out of my head, Charles,"
Get out of my head, Charles!
you'll probably pass out before the film is over.
Speaking of ass-kicking blue people,
Next up, it's X-Men 2, or whatever it's called. It's pretty much better than the first one in every way. It's better directed, has better music, has tons of spicy scenes, Magneto breaking out of a plastic prison like it's Silence of the Lambs.
Moving out.
Damn. Yeah, I'm not gonna turn this into some pretentious write-up about how this film
Open the proverbial floodgates of the superhero genre.
You know, if I'm gonna waste people's time giving my bloated thoughts on a film, it's gonna be for something like Home Alone 4. That review's back up, by the way. Fought the mouse and won. We kicked its ass.
Ghostbusters.
Also, forget the Sixth Sense, man. I can't believe this guy wasn't played by Brad Dourif. Learning that was basically the most surprising moment of my life. Oh, also this scene kind of feels like a video game. The way Brian Cox walks out the side door just makes it feel like a cutscene before the gameplay starts. Next up, it's X-Men 1, which was not quite as good as I remembered, but it's still decent.
Wait, are you saying the X-Men 1 is bad?
Does a pretty good job of setting up the characters, but it was kind of schlockier than I remembered, and not in a good way like Spider-Man 1. The cast is pretty good for the most part. I'm a bit iffy on Anna. I saved your life, Paquin, but whatever.
I saved your life!
Hugh Jackman is obviously a bloody good Australian in this film, mate. Speaking of Australians, I wonder what's going on in Australia these days. Oh,
Hell no!
Now, major police checkpoints have been set up around Howard Springs for the past several hours.
Hell of a year.
Thorough searches in car boots, checking vehicle registrations.
yeah, that's just for safety, man.
By the time he realizes it's killing him, it's too late.
Anyways, it's good. I wouldn't consider it an A film just because there's character motivations.
Since we understand where everyone's brain is at, it makes the action a lot more fun. It's not just Wolverine slicing and dicing.
Oh, also, this guy looks like John Travolta from Battlefield Earth. Speaking of Scientology, next up, it's Risky Business, starring Tom Weir, the Gold Standard Cruise.
We are the gold standard!
You know, running a brothel to pay for a damaged car is one thing, but we all know what the real risky business is.
And I've met the leaders of leaders. Okay? I've met them all.
Come back to reality, Tom. Please.
Anyways, yeah, it was pretty good. Kind of reminded me of The Graduate, because I kind of just thought, this is strange, but there was some good style to the filmmaking, and I was engaged for the runtime.
Capitalism.
Wasn't aware that this film had a Tangerine Dream score going into it, so that added a bit of spice, I must say. Speaking of weird sex films, next up it's Videodrome. I like the metaphors of the film, I like the visual style. It was kind of like Nicholas Winding Refn meets Dean Cundy. Lots of shadows, but still some color. Oh, also, just when I was ready to shelf that spectacular for about 2 videos, this movie has to go and feature a company called Spectacular Optical. Damn it, how could this have happened? Next up, it's X-Men The Last Stand, which is a stupid movie made by a predator and a bunch of Freemasons. I mean, so were these, but at least they didn't suck.
A hell of a lot better than X-Men 3, which was a pile of dog shit.
There's all kinds of crap dialogue in this. Not everyone heals as quickly as you do, Logan. You can just tell Simon Kinberg probably wrote that and thought,
wow, I put in some good work here. I think I can take the rest of the day off.
The music is super generic, the direction is hilariously trite. Every scene just feels like the editor choosing from bland over coverage. The movie tries to focus on 2 different things and ends up doing both them like absolute crap. Also, this scene might be the single lamest thing I've ever seen in a film. Yeah, it's X-Men 3. What do you want to hear? It sucks.
A lot of people were hating on it, specifically like Ben's Movie Channel.
Speaking of horse manure, it's Army of Thieves. Yeah, I already reviewed this, so just check out that if you want more in-depth thoughts.
You did a review of it saying that it's bad or it's like mediocre.
I guess a few people were disappointed that I didn't roast this for an hour, so let me just pull up my fucking telephone and go through my notes that I didn't get to in my review with minimal enthusiasm, because that's all this film deserves. Underground safe cracking community. Yeah, that was lame. You were my one view. Your videos are damn fine, Sebastian. That dialogue was amazing. Classical music while cracking safes made it feel like White House Down. No reason to care. Detective scene saying, did no one read their fucking packets? The origin of how Seb became Dieter, his original character. The studio logo looked kind of like the Masonic Square and Compass. Wasn't exactly it, but we'll say it's close enough.
Are you serious?
Awful stock music, if I didn't mention that. It was super lame. If I can find it, there was a really weird ripoff of the finale music from Silence of the Lambs.
It's always a blank piece of paper.
Ooh. Yeah, I guess that's about it. This film sucked, and I'm never talking about it again, so yeah, that's it. Anyways, comment your thoughts on any of the films on the list, or whatever you've been watching recently. Yeah, that's gonna do it, boys. Bye.
I'm the juggernaut, bitch!
That's a great line.
What the fuck?
Hey.
Huh?